Based on the speed of the game, this is the best centerman build that you can have. Playmaker at 6'1". You can obviously set the height to whatever you want. 160 is more crucial to get that 94, 95 speed. Elite edges and close quarters are pretty much a must here. And this last trait, 1T, could be big tipper, could be tape to tape, it could be literally any other trait that you prefer to have in this slot. The boost here, power skating is a must. Steady strides, I have it. That's because I want to have that 94 acceleration, but you could pretty much have whatever you want. You can have something applied to maybe your body checking or stick checking, offense awareness, defense awareness, whatever it is that you're after. Based on close quarters, you're required to have 80 wrist shot accuracy. Therefore, the agility takes a hit. Lower your balance to about 75 so you can have a lot of points put into agility. That just keeps up with the speed of the game, being able to turn at an effective, quick rate. Acceleration, 94. The power, depending on what type of shooting abilities to have 1T on, 82 wrist shot power, but you can adjust this according to whatever you want if you're not going to be running it. And then obviously the same here goes with puck control and endurance. That is a preferred stat that you want to have. So high 80s, low 90s with your passing. I would say low 90s, nothing lower than 90 with the offensive awareness. And then body checking, stick checking, defense awareness is set to whatever you want to have. I have it set exactly what I want. If you want more body checking, raise this. You want more stick checking, raise this. You know, it's all preferred stat there. But high 70s, low 80s with your defensive stats here is preferred. High hand-eye, high strength, lower durability, low shot block. Face-offs at 90. Set your discipline to where you're not taking penalties as often, and then put the remaining points into your deking. So the way to use this build is through the effective use of your transitions. You don't typically want to be the guy forechecking, but I'm going to be the guy that's going to support my defenseman back here. He takes a side, I take a side, we lock onto a man, and we just play defense. Obviously, then the winger is the guy who's going to be the first guy that you typically pass to, and he's going to be the guy forechecking the puck carrier, trying to break it out. So I'm going to be supporting him here. I got the inside lane. If he wants to bull rush him, he can. I'm waiting for anybody to come up. Jackson got it there. Find green. And I'm going to be darting to the back post here. He's going to take a hit. I'm going to work it down low for him, maybe. All right, and I'm going to be jumping it back up. Trying to be open for a 1T spot. Drop it back to him. There's a shot on. I'll be there for his other side there. Poke check. So now since I'm closest to the puck, I'm going to be obviously having to poke check. We're tied up. I've never seen an animation like that ever take place. But I'm going to be darting back post here. Covering here. Fling it. Oh, and now I can't pass. So I just got hit with a weird glitch in this game. These guys are probably going to be pissed off that I'm taking it. But there's nothing that I can do about it. Not sure why. I've seen that glitch happen to me a lot where you just cannot pass. No matter if you're pressing RB, RT, there's nothing. Hopefully these guys, okay, good. And it usually clears up at the end of the face-off or at the end of the play. You know, next face-off, whatever, it'll be fine. There's close quarters, very effective trait in this game. Typically want to mix up what you do in the face-off circle. And try to take it up with some speed here. Find green. Save. What a play there. Now I'm going to be darting back. So green forechecking. Now I'm going to be darting back supporting teal here. I've got anything to the inside. They got Jackson looking in front, and Wagner will cover that. Call for it. Now I'm back into play. So now it's a 2v2 rush. Find me for the 1T. He doesn't. But I was there. So transitions, you need 94 speed, 94 excel. I mean, you don't necessarily need it, but it does help you, transition the best way you possibly can. Especially when you get into a more competitive game where everybody's 94, 95 speed. If you're anything less than that, you're going to be at a disadvantage in terms of the transition game, unless you can think an extra step ahead and prepare for it. It usually doesn't work out. You would need to have somebody else be that transition guy, and as a center, that should be you. But in a threes game, it doesn't necessarily mean that the centerman has to be that guy. It just makes the most sense. You know, if you have a winger who's not taking face-offs, you know, they can have a higher, you know, deking stat if they really wanted to. That's the only change, really. So it's not really a must. You could run a center as far as like a sniper or any other class that you want. But in terms of just, you know, if you were to use the same build in sixes, it works really well. And it's probably the most effective in a sixes game. In a threes game, it's not necessarily needed so much. But in a sixes game in which you're playing center, you're going to be controlling the center of the ice. You're going to be the one transitioning to offense and defense and vice versa. You need a build that helps you do that as most effective as possible. The cut in this way. Shot. So I'm going to go clean draw here. He does the tie up there. That's all right. Green's going to be forechecking. So the choice of whether you want to forecheck or traps, you see how green kind of backs off. That's not a bad idea as long as you obviously set a man on somebody. Rather than not be, you know, right up on him trying to forecheck him or applying so much pressure. If you back off a little bit, that's fine. It's just a matter of everybody having a man in a threes game. That same strategy can work in sixes as well. If that's your style. A lot of teams, though, it's the choice of whether you want to forecheck or you want to trap it up. And sometimes, you know, having a mix of the two works as well, as long as it accommodates that style. And, you know, you do it in a you know, you kind of do it the right way, should I say. I'm going to take this all the way if I can. Backhand. Didn't have quite the right angle there. Now I'm going to be getting back. So green's kind of back with us now. He's not really forechecking. I'm going to actually start applying pressure. So it's a mix of, since I was closer to the puck, I can do that. But again, that's just more threes. You don't typically want to see that. There's a shot. It was a great pass there by green. It's not something you want to see in a sixes game. You would want to have, if there is going to be forecheckers, you would want to have, obviously, your wingers doing that. You covering center lane and just holding the blue line. And then if it ever were to, you know, if your team does get it or you get it, you can quickly transition back up into the play. I mean, honestly, this build just accommodates the transition game, and it's balanced offensive and defensively. And it will be interesting to see how that changes and when it comes to NHL 24. Because I feel like the game is going to change a little bit. Could be drastic, could be very minimal. It seems like this has been the style for the past 2 years, but let's see what happens. Maybe the two-way forward becomes the most effective build at center come NHL 24. I mean, we're just going to have to see when the time comes. Going to be pressuring the point here. I'm closer. Good block by Teal. Pressuring puck carrier again. He's down. Now I'm darting back here. They circle it around. Back off a little bit. There it is. Yep, they didn't have anything there. I'm going to be darting up the middle. See if he can find me. He does. And shot. What a save there, but a goaltender. So they have a compy goalie, but it's actually the human tendies build. So I wonder if that's going to make him better than your typical AI goaltender in like layman or wags or whatever. So quick. Oh, see right there. That's how quick this build can transition. I mean, immediately we went from a defensive play to almost having a 2-on-1 possible breakaway opportunity in a matter of a split second. You can't really do that with other builds. You could sort of do that, but it's not as quick as you see a lot. And that's why you see, you know, LG when there's sometimes, you know, you got banned traits and all that. You know, you're not quite able to look at that. Good play. You know, you got banned traits. It's very easy to throw on something like truculence and just do that. But if you needed to use more of the hockey, you know, the meta of fundamental hockey, the playmaker, you know, all your smaller builds sort of accommodate those styles of being just quick out there and achieving on the fundamentals of the game. Here we go again, another quick transition. He finds me, and there it is. Score. I mean, the reason I go with 6-1 is because of the stick length that I have for my poke checks, being able to receive pucks. You know, you're 5, you know, 7. Yeah, I mean, you can rock that to get your, you know, 95 speed. Is it necessary? No. If you're at 6'1", that's completely fine. Even with a sniper build, if you're at wing or a puck moving defenseman at D, it's the same deal. Good pass, score. Green's actually quite nice. He's got that third eye trait, which I didn't even notice till now. I don't think he had to use that. Well, actually, I guess he has been using it. There's the shot on. I'll forecheck here because I'm the closest. Green is then back, so I'll get Green a goal. Why not? You know, Green is nice, man. I could tell me and him have you know, it's, you can call that natural chemistry, but I think it's just we both understand what we're trying to do. And since we've never played with each other, I mean, just naturally having that chemistry is because we're on that same page in terms of our fundamental play of threes. When I'm forechecking, he's back. When he's forechecking, I'm back. It's basic understanding. Some guys don't really get it, but it's rare to have guys that understand that type of play. I'm gonna try to bounce off the boards here. Down low, I'm cutting in. I think he may wanted to find me there. Who knows? Shot on. So not the worst play. I just tripped Jackson there. Interesting to see if they score. Ooh, we could have found him. Maybe. I mean, I was there, but pucks do tend to get through me sometimes. I will say, I think the defense of this build, like, it's not as locked down as a puck moving defenseman could be with Teal. That's the only downside. You think when a lot of guys think of versatile classes, they think of the puck moving defenseman because you could use your puck moving defenseman at wing. The playmaker you would only typically use at center, just because if you wanted to play wing and you weren't taking draws, you know, you would be throwing on puck moving defenseman. They wouldn't need to be taking draws unless they're, you know, a winger in sixes and the centerman goes to the box. Then you have to take it. But that's only, you know, a very rare. It's not really a rare occasion. It's just an occasion that doesn't happen very often. So it's not necessarily a needed, you know, build by a lot of wingers when they're playing sixes or threes if you're playing wing. So that's why, you know, playmakers typically only for center, puck mover then for wing and D, because of just how versatile a puck moving defenseman can be at wing. It's got good defensive stats, and it's got solid offense as well, and it's got speed, matches the playmaker, matches sniper, you know. It's just a very versatile class. But in terms of its most versatile, meaning being able to play all positions, you would then be looking at the puck mover or the playmaker. The shot, if it was a faster pass, that might be going in. So that is the difference, right? Because the playmaker technically is the most versatile build. Good shot. Look at my slide, baby. And now I can't pass again. I'm not sure why that glitch happens. It happens quite. Oh, I'm able to. So I'm able to call for it. That's really a problem right there, because I mean that's an easy backdoor feed that I couldn't even find them, but I'll score anyway. And then that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is the playmaker build at center. I think it's the most versatile class in the game. We'll see how that changes at NHL 24. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.